Hi everyone, welcome to my podcast. Today is my first episode of Content Creator Journey. I'm Daniele Scalzo, and today with me, Ludmila. You might know her on TikTok with the handle follow culture, and she shared advice on how to grow on TikTok and on IG, on Instagram. Thank you so much and welcome, Ludmila.
Hey Daniel, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Tell me a little bit about yourself, like where do you live, or nearly, don't tell specifically where you live, but nearby. About your background.
So I'm a social media strategist based in Toronto. I work with local restaurants in the area. I've been doing it for quite a while now. For anybody that doesn't know, Toronto is Canada. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
And tell me, let's start straight away to the point. Why did you decide to make content?
So I feel like from a very beginning, so I grew up with Instagram. My generation was the first to kind of hop on Instagram and play around with those horrible filters that we had to choose from and all that fun stuff. And so I, from the very beginning, realized that there was a lot of potential in Instagram for marketing, like literally anything. Exactly. And I love learning new things and trying new things all the time. And so for me, it was almost like a new world kind of opened up, and it really got me excited to try it out and see what I could really do. And once I jumped into it, I realized that there was a lot to be done, a lot to be learned. So I just kind of like got really excited and just started seeing results quite quickly. And so I kept working to it, and I've been loving it ever since, to be honest.
But what do you think? Like right now, it's very hard to grow on Instagram.
Yeah.
Why do you think it? Because they in some way reduce the organic reach. What are your thoughts about it? Why do you think it's so hard?
I think that Instagram as a platform has shifted their focus a little bit. So in the beginning, they were focused on content creators, which is something a platform should really be focusing on, because we're the ones that are giving traffic to the whole platform, right? And I think that maybe they could have gone a little too full of themselves and realized that they were at the top for too long. And so they shifted on becoming more like an e-commerce place for people to sell a lot. And what they didn't realize is that people don't actually like to be sold to, very obviously. And so when they started doing the shop feature and all of those extra, selling features, people got turned off and they decided to go somewhere else that was more authentic. And I think that's what their first mistake was. And I think that if maybe they just changed their view a little bit back to what the content creators want and what we've been saying, what we've been asking for a very long time now, I think that they could definitely get that done, but that's okay.
Even
we still love it and use it, right? So
exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly. I think everyone is on Instagram, but probably could be a reason also because they didn't build content creator found or something that people like you or me can monetize it. I mean, you can monetize with brand and deals, but they don't have an actual plan like TikTok where you can get money by views or like a partnership on YouTube.
Yeah, and a lot of newer creators are attracted by that, by the creator fund or the TikTok houses, that they're like, oh, well, I can really physically get that money from the app. I don't really need to go and do that extra work, which is something the beginner creators are definitely very interested in. So you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. So what did you make you start though? Like you see everyone jumping on the platform, you see an opportunity, or...
So in the beginning, it was more of like my personal use. So I used it for like my own like little, teenager things. I was like, 16 at the time. So I was very interested in it. Later on, I started using it for my family business. So my mom is a vet and a breeder. So I decided
What do you mean? Sorry, go back. What do you mean? She's a vet?
She's a vet and a breeder.
Okay, sorry, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I launched our breeder kind of like Instagram. And a lot of people were really into it. We got a lot of followers from the beginning. I mean, who doesn't love animal pictures?
Exactly.
Right? Everybody loves them. And so that's kind of like the first spark that I had in my head. I was like, wait, if I can do this for, you know, my mom's business, what tells me that I can't do this for everybody else, right? 100%. And so I kind of started experimenting with it, and I started doing for my family, friends' businesses, just because I enjoyed the process, just because I liked seeing it grow from like nothing to, you know, getting inquiries in the DMs and seeing their faces because they're like, oh my God, we're getting sales. This is so much better, you know? And that's what really got me started, because I was really intrigued by, you know, going from zero to whatever it is. That's what really got me, I think.
And which kind of content are you posting right now?
So because I'm predominantly on Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok, I do a lot of visuals, obviously for Instagram and Pinterest, but a lot of short form video content as well for TikTok, and as we've noticed for every other platform, just because it's adopting short form content so easily. They noticed how well it's working for TikTok, and they just all decided to, let me try it. And so now we got Reels and Shorts for YouTube, and everybody's just kind of grabbing it because they notice how well it's working and how much the consumers love it. So definitely a lot of short form video content.
And I think you have now 18,000 followers, right?
Yes.
How long did it took to get to that point?
So I've been on TikTok for a little over 2 months total.
Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Before that, I was a consumer. I wasn't a creator at all. I was just, you know, swiping it for fun. I feel like I had the biggest misconception that everybody has about TikTok, that it's just a bunch of dancing kids and, you know, having fun and just kind of playing around. But that's just something that somebody thinks that they're not on TikTok. So once they download the app and actually start using it and, you know, actually start engaging with the content that they like. And so they start seeing the stuff that they actually want to see on the For You page, and they realize, hey, you know, this actually has a lot of potential. And so I started doing that, and I started posting consistently, and I started, you know, engaging with my audience only. And I definitely started seeing results. My first couple of videos were very, very rough. And I think that's just a normal thing, just because I was still, you know, like feeling out who I was as a creator. So I have some like motivational stuff on there. I had some food videos, like different stuff. And then I just kind of realized that, hey, there was a niche in the market where nobody was really like catering to the beginner TikTokers.
Okay.
And me, myself, as a beginner TikToker, I felt like I was really living into the role, and that's why I could really connect with that audience. And so I just kind of like started making videos on that, and people weirdly loved it. So I've been continuing ever since.
But, did you went viral in some way? Did you go viral in some way?
My 6th or 7th video is at 400k views right now.
Wow.
I think that's the first video that really popped me off. I think I got like almost over 6k followers. I'm still getting like that video is still out there somewhere. As we know, TikTok's still rolling it around.
Exactly.
But that was like my first break, and then I had a couple after that were also getting like similar, like in the 100Ks. But that was definitely my first one that really took me off, and that video was the one that got me into making lives, and then from there people started finding me as well, and it was just like a whole kind of like run around from there. Yeah,
I think that TikTok is a platform that really can change your life in some way.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Gary Vee talked about it like a couple of days, because I listened to his podcast, and he was talking about like TikTok is one of the only platforms where you can post one video and it can completely change your life, like just a complete 360. And I think that can be like more farther from the truth. I don't remember what they're called right now, but these two 12-year-olds launched their business on TikTok, and they just posted a 30-second video of them like talking about how they're 12 years old and they're just starting this business, and they're very like, you know, interested on being in the platform. 3 million views, and now they have like over 50k followers, and they have like people in the comments are like, how do I order? Like people are actually like ready to buy from them. Like, how crazy is that?
This is organic reach. This is organic reach. Yeah.
Where else would you get that?
I think
it's insane.
Yeah, I think nowhere else. Yeah, I mean, because if you post a video on YouTube, it's hard, very impossible.
Yeah.
You go viral in some way. Wow.
Right.
I love it. I love it. TikTok, obviously. But one thing that Gary Vee says that in some way made me think, he said, I don't care about Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I just care about the attention.
Yeah.
which is a different perspective, because maybe I'm like I say, I can think like TikTok is obviously a great platform, but what basically attached to that is the fact that there is attention and there is growth, there is chance.
Yeah. No, but he's like a different person. He thinks of everything so differently. Like to us, it's like, oh my God, I didn't even think of it that way. But it's definitely like he has a lot of crazy perspectives that we should all listen to. But he's like, technically he's not wrong, right? I think it's just too much of like a far kind of look on things for us as of right now, but we'll get there.
It's crazy how he's always right, I believe. I think he's always, I don't know how he did it. He's always ahead. Even with the NFTs, he was ahead. He's ahead.
And he's been saying that for a while too.
Exactly. He's ahead.
He's not human.
Exactly. So how was your first live?
I love talking about this because it was very bad. And I like talking about the bad parts of our jobs as well, because they do exist and not enough people talk about them. It was absolutely very, very brutal. I think I had maybe 3 viewers the entire time. Nobody was talking to me because of my first live ever. Nobody knew who I was. It was definitely very humbling. But you know what? I stayed on for, I think it was like 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
I talked to myself the entire time. I did, because I was still very anxious. And it was the beginning of like my whole like, video kind of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I had a script. So all the things that I wanted to talk about on my live, because I was like, I'm going to go blank. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. So I just kind of threw some things on there. So whenever I kind of like got like stumbled or something, I just looked at my list. I'm like, hey, I'm going to talk about this now. And although nobody was talking to me, I saw that there were a couple of people that still stayed and kind of listened to what I had to say. And little did I know, second live, those people actually came back. And so as I kept growing a following, I didn't advertise anywhere that I was going to go live or anything. I didn't put it in my comments, nothing. I just kind of popped up whenever I had the time, and I was like, hey guys, like, I can offer, I did some audits for people. So I went on their Instagram or TikToks, and I kind of told them what they could change about their profiles. People love that because people love value.
Exactly.
So whenever I told people, I'm like, hey, I can't get any more done today, but I'll be going live again tomorrow at this time. And people were actually like waiting for me to go live, and I hopped on. They're like, hey, could you do me? Like, could you ask? And people kind of like started asking me questions, and it just kind of like went on from there. And so I started getting a lot of like actual organic reach through my lives as well, because people were finding me on the For You page, and they were like, oh, this is value. So I'm going to, this has something to offer me. So I'm going to follow her and see what else she has to say, which was amazing. So it can definitely be very rough in the beginning, but it definitely gets better. You just have to stay consistent.
But what do you think which is the best strategy to go live? You should go live with a topic to talk, or should go live to engage with people? Because I noticed that if you go just live and you try to engage, I think people, they want to see you talking about something, and then they jump in like in the convo. What do you suggest?
So what I do now is I usually go live whenever the time, which is like 2 to 3 times a week. It's not necessary. It's just I like the people that I talk to, so I don't mind. And because we're in a pandemic, I need some kind of actual connection. So that kind of like helps me with that. So what I do now is I do like 2 kind of like marketing Q&As where I give people the option to ask me any questions if they do have them.
Interesting.
And then I usually do one on like the weekend where it's more casual, where people get to know me better. And I think that just happened over time as people kind of like found me as a creator. They were also like, hey, like, we know that you're, marketing, but what else are you? Like, we want to see who you are behind the whole beanie thing that I have on, right? So I was never like really like planning to do like more like lifestyle content or talk about myself. But I just realized that it was something that people were really asking for, and I don't mind, connecting with my audience. And I think that's very, very important. So it definitely right now I'm doing like 2 marketing based, like more educational, and then 1 more casual. Or if like I want to do an educational one and I see that people are not really into it, or maybe it's too late, nobody really wants to talk about business, we'll go into something more casual. It's honestly whatever the audience wants as of then.
This is going to be a stupid question, but did you strategize the fact to use the beanie in order to be recognized in some way?
I did not. Okay. No, I was having a bad hair day and I was like, I'm not going to go do my hair right now. I'm too exhausted. I'm going to put my beanie on. And it was wintertime too. So I wear beanies in the wintertime. And so I threw it on and the video that I had in the beanie went viral, or like somewhat viral, whatever. And I saw a lot of people in the comments being like, oh, beanie marketing girl, like kind of joking about it. And I was like, let me see if this is something that I can maybe milk. And so I put it on in the next one that also did well, and it definitely caught on. And then that's just kind of how I became beanie marketing girl.
You like it?
That's the story. Yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of getting warm now, so I need to like maybe ditch it for a little while, but it's pretty cool.
Have you? I bet $100 that you already thought about it. But did you actually did you think about it to monetize it and to sell it, beanie?
Yeah, maybe if I put like my my handle on there and just be like, sign it.
Have you did you actually ever kind of thought about it? Have you no? Or you
I have not. No, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe I will. Thank you for the idea.
So which kind of difficulties have you faced during your journey as a content creator so far?
There was a couple, but I know the biggest one that I faced was definitely caring too much about what the other people thought. So I don't know how it is everywhere else, but here in Canada, you go to high school, you go to university, you get your diploma, and you go work for big corporations. I was never good at school ever. I never liked learning the way that it was structured in school for me. I learned different ways. And so school was never something that I really wanted to go into, but I went to university because that's what everybody else was doing, right? I realized that I, first of all, worked differently than how it was taught, but I also worked faster than how they taught it. So I was getting disinterested very, very easily. And so apart from going to university, I like to learn things on my own. And that's what really got me into content creation, because I felt like that's where I had the freedom to kind of like learn new things and do what I wanted to do and have some kind of control of my own. And so once I realized that like the less I care about like what my parents have to say or what the professors have to say or what other people have to say, because people were telling me, hey, like just go to university, you'll be fine, like it's okay, you'll get your diploma, you'll get your job, like everything will be okay. I was like, that doesn't seem realistic to me, so I'm gonna do my own thing. And they were like, no, you're focusing on the wrong things, you shouldn't be doing this, it's not gonna get you anywhere in life. And you know, it definitely hurt me somewhere, because I was like, you know, they have you know, they've lived, they know what they're talking about. But somewhere deep inside, I knew that wasn't the right thing for me. So I feel like when I realized that I needed to live how I wanted to live and make mistakes that I needed to make, just because that's, you live and you make mistakes and that's how you learn, right?
100%.
And so when that really hit me in the head, I feel like that's when I really started to see progress and really see the potential that I had for myself. And so I would definitely say just don't care, because it's your life and the mistakes you're going to make are yours to make, because that's how you learn. So
oh my gosh, this is great advice, obviously. This is really great advice. I totally agree with you. Even because parents, it's hard. When you get advice from parents, it's hard to don't listen about, because obviously they go, they know you, and also they have a lot of experience. So it's kind of hard at the beginning. But I believe the fact, for instance, that I moved out from Italy, so I live kind of my own, this helped me a lot. Yeah. Because when you live alone, obviously you have to take action, you have to do stuff that otherwise you won't do that. So actually, yeah, absolutely, you're right. Totally agree with you.
Yeah, no, because I grew up in a Russian household, so we're very Russian, and so Russians are like engineers, they're doctors, you know, they're very, very, you know, big professions. And so when I kind of went into social media or like marketing, my mom was like, what do you mean? Like, what are you going to do? Like, that's not a real job, which is completely like, it's understandable. It was such a small thing when I first started. And it just like, for somebody who grew up differently, they don't see the same potential in it. Right? So we can't blame them at all. It's just, it's a different kind of era. And so we understand it differently than they do. So but they only want what's best for us, right?
We can't blame them, but they actually should see an opportunity. They should see an opportunity, because like, for instance, our parents, I believe they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. So they actually see that there is an opportunity, but I think they don't believe it.
Yeah.
They don't believe it.
It probably just seems a little easy.
Easy, exactly. Exactly. But easy.
It's not.
Is it
looks easy. It's a lot of hard work to make it seem easy. That's
if you have to spend, for instance, 10 hours to edit a video or to plan videos, it's not easy. Or also strategizing for a strategy for a client. Yeah, totally agree with you.
Anyway. I can see you stressing as you're talking about it.
No, editing for me is hard. It's hard. But it's part of the game, it's part of the process.
No, I feel the same way about like copywriting. I'm like, I can do it, but when I have to sit down and do it, I'm just like, it's a whole, I feel you completely.
So knowing what you know right now, obviously with a little bit of experience, with your experience exactly, with your growth on social media, which kind of advice would you give to young content creators that are starting now to make content, or they don't see any result right now? Which kind of advice would you give to them?
I think that most importantly, you need to be patient, because we're so used to, especially on TikTok, people posting, they blow up right away, and we just kind of like expect it almost. Like we expect for us to put something out there and for it to do very well. And although it can happen, it doesn't happen very often, unfortunately. And I think it's just because TikTok kind of spoiled us like little kids. Like it gave us a very high virality rate.
Exactly.
And so we were just like, oh, I can post anything and do very well and get this like easy kind of like audience, right? As the platform is growing and as we are growing as creators, it's getting harder and harder to do that, right? So first of all, I think that if you are thinking of starting, you should start now, because if you start tomorrow, it's already late. You need to start now. Like you should have started yesterday or the month before that. And so start now. And second of all, I think that you should maybe just learn to be patient, because not only on TikTok, like TikTok is an easy example of you being patient. You can't even imagine how much patience you're going to need when you go to Instagram or YouTube or any other platforms, right? So it's easier to practice with TikTok and already have kind of like a base when you go somewhere else. But definitely use the platform because it's amazing as of right now, and we don't know when it's going to change, because Instagram used to be amazing too, right?
Exactly.
So I
think I don't know if you're guilty as well. I was guilty, always hoping to go viral instead of thinking, no, I need to make content. For instance, I need to make content for myself, for the audience, but not because I want to go viral. No, I think you have to change the mindset. I slightly changed my mindset, because if you go viral, okay, you got 1,000 views, a lot of followers, but then you have to go live. And what you are going to talk live about? So I think it's good strategy is to think, how can I build a community around my niche or what I like it.
No, that's definitely very, very important, because, and I felt that too when I had my first video that did well. I'm not going to say that I liked the attention, but I liked the results that I was seeing right away, right? And I kind of got addicted to the results, because I like seeing results and I like seeing some kind of progress. And so I got really, really addicted to that. And so from that point on, my mindset changed, and it was definitely in the wrong space. And I saw my videos, the quality of my videos got worse for sure, because I had my mind in the wrong place. And so for me, what helped me was that I took a step back and I was like, hey, remember what you're doing this for. You're doing this for the audience. Do what the audience wants to see. You're not looking for hype. You're not looking for viral. You're looking for value. And you're seeing a lot of creators say, like, you got to entertain, inspire, and what's the last one? Entertain, inspire.
Bring value.
There's 3. Entertain, inspire, and engage, I think. I think that's what it is. You've seen so many of those videos on TikTok, and I think what they don't realize is that those are just like many ways of bringing value, and that's what we should be doing as creators, right? That's why people are going to want to become our audiences, and that's all it is.
Last question: which is your favorite content creator?
I can't not say Gary Vee. I can't. He does everything. I see him everywhere. I'm on his like community, so he texts his community like inspirational quotes, and he does like little videos for us in the morning. I wake up and I'm just like, Gary Vee's the mindset that I want to be in today, and I feel like I get so much more stuff done, and he's definitely like a bomb. He's everywhere. It's crazy.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I love it too. He's my favorite content creator as well. He's amazing. Thank you so much. Please remind listeners how they can find you online.
So I am on Instagram and TikTok currently. I'm under the username Follow Culture, and message me directly because I love building an audience and I love talking to you guys. So I can't wait to hear from you.
To be honest, I love your handles. It's very cool. Follow Culture is very cool.
I was confused as to how it wasn't taken yet, to be honest.
But why did you thought to choose your name? You didn't. Why do you prefer?
My name is very long. It's Ludmila. Nobody even knows how to say it.
Like Gary Vee. So Gary Vaynerchuk, it was too long.
Yeah.
He squeezed out.
So he made a Gary Vee. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna think, because my full name is Ludmila Greenevich, which is like a train. It's very long. And so
it's like two train.
Exactly. So I'm thinking of like how I can condense it, but it's gonna take some time and some work. It's not Gary Vee easy as that.
Thank you so much. It was nice to have you in. Thank you so much. And
thank
guys,
you for having
hit
me.
her up if you need any help. She's great. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate you.